Hello, and welcome to today's student CPD session that is going to be focused on making enrichment count. I'm going to be taking you through what enrichment is, how it's used in different settings, why you should be doing it, and where your place is, with a couple of suggestions along the way. To start off, we've got to answer a fairly complex question, and that is, what is enrichment? In terms of understanding where this comes from, you need to look at your college or your programme of study, as it was called a few years ago. The reason you're at college is to achieve an outcome. Now, this will usually be a qualification of some description, whether that's an A level, a BTEC, an NVQ, why ever you're at college. That's your core, that's your baseline, that's the reason you turn up every day. Enrichment are the things that go on top of but complement that core aim or goal. So if you think about it, your business teacher doesn't have to take you on a trip to Cadbury World to show you the different ways that that company functions. That can be done in a classroom. But to really give you the insight and a practical understanding of what you're looking at, the business tutor would arrange a trip for you to see that in real life. That's enrichment. Your literature tutor doesn't have to spend their lunchtime doing a book club, but in order to enhance your discursive ability, in order to help you get your head around different texts from different time periods and different authors, a book club exists. So what you see with enrichment is, although they are separate to the core element of your study, they complement the core element of your study. But they're also fun. They're also something a little bit different and hopefully enlightening. If we take those two examples again about the trip to Cadbury World and the book club, they're opportunities for you to get out of your normal educational setting and do something in perhaps a little bit more of an informal way, or maybe just again to extend your horizons. I've never been to Cadbury World, so I'm sure it would be a great opportunity to go. And likewise, there have been students that haven't necessarily engaged in a variety of books that benefit from the book club. So you see with enrichment that it's something that can happen within the educational setting, but it might be also you leaving the educational setting. And obviously, it doesn't stop there. With each of the different subjects that you take, there are going to be naturally occurring enrichment opportunities. And some subjects lend themselves to enrichment more often than others. You'll also notice the word rich appears in that because it's this element of being improved, or perhaps having an extra quality being added to the course. It's a luxury, and I think often one that students overlook. It's also, as I've mentioned, looking at the other skills that maybe don't get developed and necessarily aren't required to be developed but naturally occur during your A level. But it's also supposed to be fun. As such, a lot of the things that we have at college, or the things that are provided, are skill-based and beneficial, but maybe are based upon other ideas. So if you have a look at this list, this is the way that you could start considering where you belong in different enrichment opportunities. Now, some of these will be trips that are naturally occurring as part of your course, and some of them will be things you can dip in and out of. Now, on the screen at the moment, you have a list of things that I do to relax, unwind, have fun. This is your first task. Pause the video at this moment and just make a list of the things that you do that aren't required. So it might be going for walks with your dog, it might be gardening, it might be, and you might laugh that I've just said gardening, but one of my students is an avid gardener. It might be listening to music, it might be running, it might be painting. I know somebody else that does an awful lot of modelling. So make a list of the things that you do to have fun. Now, this is where potentially I'm going to ruin all of those things, because what I would like you to do for each one of them is to consider 3 benefits that it gives to you without you necessarily knowing. So you wouldn't necessarily expect to think about building relationships because you like going for a walk with a friend or whatever that might look like. So if we take, for example, let's go for playing the piano in this one. Concentration, coordination, time management, equally, creativity, all of those skills are developed when I sit and give myself time to practice on my piano. So like I've said, this is your opportunity to just pause, make a list of maybe 5 things that you do to just unwind and have fun, and then off of the back of those, think about all of the skills that are involved in doing them. Hopefully, you will see that those skills are naturally occurring within your A-levels or your course as well. So the need to concentrate appears within piano, but it's also something that you need when you study literature or sociology or any A-level. So how are those important to you? If you can see the link between the two, you might start to have these punctuate your programme of study. So, for example, if you know that you've got a test coming up and you need to make sure that your skills in terms of being able to recall information are about to appear, playing an instrument is an incredible way to enhance that. Now we get to the more practical element of this video. What can you do at the moment? Now, if you're one of our cohort, if you belong to West Knots at the moment, these are some of the ones that have been available during remote teaching. I know they've been available because I've been the one that set them up. And there are also a variety of different ways that students could get involved, some more popular than others. Book club just took off straight away, as did the debate club. Some were a little bit more timid, as you probably expect. Now, within each of those, again, you're going to start to see some reoccurring themes. They are very much based upon my own agenda and where I feel comfortable creating them. However, others exist, and if you see a gap, this is your opportunity to take the initiative and step in. What is it that you would like to do? What is it that you have got on your list of things to unwind that you think is actually missing from an enrichment? Why not consider setting something up? Again, there's so much opportunity during remote teaching to do this. If you think about creating your own team, getting a staff member to support that process. What skill is it developing and how can you use it in your studies? It would be amazing to see some enrichment opportunities developed by the students. I know a number exist already, but there's always scope, and it's great to build that sense of community at college, to know that you've got other people that are like-minded. Think about restoration, think about your environment. What is it that kind of grabs your attention and makes you want to do something with it? These are the things that are going to make a difference for you on your university application. When you go to a job interview, these are the things that when they ask to tell you a little bit more about who you are and what you've done, where your achievements lie, these are the skills that are going to really speak for you in the future. Yes, they're enrichment. They're on top of your core content. They're on top of your A-levels, but they are vital and they're incredibly beneficial for you moving forward in your future career path, whatever that might be. So take some time at this moment to just make a list of what opportunities are available to you. Answer honestly, are you making the most of it? And then consider, if there's nothing there for you to do, what maybe should you be doing? How could you move that? How could you change that and give yourself the opportunity to really shine in future interviews?